So this is a Piker Brew. I bought these two systems I used for 200 bucks. This is pretty much brand new. This is an older one. I want to get this one works. It just has a leak, and I've isolated the leak to this little plug that's in here. It's all cracked. Plus this thing on the inside, I'm not sure. I think this impedes from the machine correctly draining, because when it pumps the water through, these things open up, and when it drains back, these things kind of close. I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. So anyway, plus I don't know where to buy these anyway. The company went out of business. So I 3D designed kind of this, very similar to, but it's just this lower part. And then I put a tamper on the top so that when this goes in the hole, it lines better and it doesn't over time. By the way, if it's really nice and stiff. Now this thing is printed in TPU. It's flexible and resistant, I think, well above boiling point, something like 360 Fahrenheit. Or maybe more, so I don't remember, so some kind of number like that. So basically, now in addition to all of this stuff, this thing is old, right? Put this in here. Hold on just a second. Myself on the side here. So this is very tight fit. It is very tight. Let's do this again. But I want it to be super tight to prevent any leaks. And there you go. So it's a TPU is kind of is not as soft and rubbery as this, but I think it will do fine. Maybe that's for the better. So I took this outside and I filled this with a garden hose, and I observed how this drains. It drains from here to here, or it drains from here to here, depending which side is higher in water level. And then it goes through this little hole here, gets picked up. This is the drain tube, but it's also the input tube. It depends which way the the pump is running. So let's see. Let me put this on the sides. There you go. Oh, okay, super fit. It's nice. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another drain test. First it was leaking here, so you can still see a little bit of the water. It's leaking. Let's take this out, and then anyway, first it was dripping a little bit, but when the pump wasn't working, it was dripping more because there was no suction from the pump. Right, when the pump is working, it's sucking it. So even though this thing has little cracks and stuff, for the most part, it works. But this becomes a problem when the pump stops. It then leaks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another test, quick test to see, quick run test, a simulated brew. What I mean is, I put water in here, and I start the brew cycle for my recipe, but I do not put any ingredients in, just to see if this will fix the leak. First of all, if it will fix the leak, the pump pumps in the water really good, but it doesn't pump water out really well. It's too slow, it's sloppy, and I thought it's because of the design of this thing, so anyway, I'm going to run a brew here in a second, and then we'll see the brew. I put this at the end of it so that if there's any drips, it'll go in there. But so far, just literally started it. First, the incoming pump, it's much stronger with that. I mean, it's strong. It's pumping really strong, as you can see. You can hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to let us transfer all the water. I'm not going to go through the heat cycle. One of the nice things about this is you can skip steps to the next steps. I'm going to wait for it to work. go up to temperature or anything like that. This is already as hot as I took it out of the sink, which was, I think, measure was like 146 Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot. It's almost to target of 152, which is mash. And that's another trick you can do. Instead of starting with cold water, heat this up just, you know, with from your sink, whatever, to the maximum. Make sure your water is running really hot and fill this up with as hot water as possible, so this machine doesn't take as much time to preheat, and you'll save a lot of time. You might save a good hour or so just with this trick. Okay, so we'll see what happens. I'll wait until. Where is it doing? Where to temperature? Okay, we're going to skip this. My thing is down a little bit. Exit. Next step. So we're on. Next step. Okay. Fluid arm moving. There it is. You guys can see here. It's filling the top. So this is now step 2 out of 7. This is a single step infusion. So we'll let this run a little bit. We'll kick in a second. Drain much better than before. Before it was like spluttering. It's a solid drain. The machine doesn't make some noises. My leak is my #1 priority. We'll look into the noises, the vibrations later. But as you guys can see, it's draining much better. I ended the brew on purpose with a little bit of water left here. I don't want to leave too much. So at this point, before, anytime the pump is not working, like I said, because the suction is gone, this would start leaking pretty bad. There'll be water already leaking here. You could tell coming from here, just from underneath, from where the pipe is. And I do not see any leaks, any major leaks. So now if I go to a clean rinse, and if I go under just rinse, this should pull any of the remaining water out of here. And I'll disconnect that just in case. Yeah, this thing is a little bit loose. I'll fix that later. But all right, so I disconnected this thing. As you guys can see, before, like I said, would sputter. It would be very slow, would not drain correctly. So there you go, problem fixed, no leaks. I mean, you might get tiny little leak and drop here and there, but not like a major spill like I had, which I caught, so it wasn't a big deal. So I'll share the file on Thingiverse. You guys can download for free, whatever, I don't care. Now it is doing this only at the very end of the drain process, where the water starts getting low. I think that's normal by design. So this small amount of water you have here, you just have to kind of with a little bit wait for the sputter to finish. But when you have a good amount of water, it's a solid drain, not like before. Before, even if you were here, you would be getting this like this. All right, guys. Cheers. Water here. That's normal from being pulled out of the system. Here's how it looks after simulation brew. Again, this is TPU, and all materials expand with heat, so I imagine this expands even tighter. And you can print this on your printer if you have a friend, or maybe yours. You can print this to your hundreds of these if you want. You can even sell them to people, I don't care. Cheers.